I'm Lanita Smith, and I am the winner of Guitar Center Singer-Songwriter 4.
As I stand here and look in the mirror,
I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee. A friend encouraged me just to go ahead and submit something, and it was crazy because I was in one of those moments where I was like, all the odds are against me. I'm not gonna make it. It's no way in the world that they're gonna pick me out of this. All of a sudden, like, hey, you're in the top 5. Hey, you're at the Troubadour. You won. I was like, what?
I need you and I want you and I gotta have you to myself.
Well, I remember seeing Lanita's video, and she really jumped out at me because there's a real natural warmth to her singing. It was refreshing. It was without affectation. It was without gimmick. Everything she did was utilized to tell the story properly and honestly. They're very honest and straightforward songs.
Got a lot to say.
When you go in the studio with him, he's not pressuring you to do different things. He's just like, hey, how do you feel about it? I want you to feel great about it. It's always encouraging. It's always welcoming.
She was with you the other day. She said you are her life and she's having you, baby.
She's telling stories, and they sound like personal stories. And I felt for her. She has an innocent trust in people that isn't always validated. You know, that maybe she's been done wrong a few times, and she's been hurt, and she's not afraid to sing about it, which is a very courageous thing. And even more importantly, she's not willing to let it get her down. She's not wallowing in any kind of depressing situation. She's a strong person. Thought that's a good thing to put out there for people.
Try to break me down, make me cry. You won't leave me out to dry no more. I'm fearless.
And just to see the musicians he assembled together just to play for me, it was just overwhelming.
Well, if you were to go back and look at the discographies of James Gadson, Paul Jackson Jr., and Reggie McBride, you'd see that they probably are responsible for sales of like 300 million records.
And then just to know that James actually played on one of my favorite records with D'Angelo, and now he's on my record, like, I'm getting ready to toot that horn a lot.
A lot of people would be pretty terrified to be in a room with James Gadson and Paul Jackson and Reggie McBride. She sat down at the piano and she didn't hesitate. She dug in, she played great, and she sang really well. Unintimidated, which would be a very intimidating situation.
Getting a chance to actually be mentored by Colbie was amazing.
She's so beautiful, and her voice is so emotional and soulful, and it just sounds effortless when she sings, and I love when singers can have the technique and the strength when it also sounds beyond natural, like they're not trying to do these riffs. And when I heard her 2 songs a little bit ago, it really just reminded me of me being in my safe place at home. It makes you feel so good, and her lyrics are beautiful.
Who would have thought that the song I used to listen to in '07 the most, and the artist that sings, I would be able to sit there in a room with them and just tell them how much their music actually influenced my writing and my music.
I love that I got to see her win and see her perform live, and then get to hear the recorded versions of these songs. She's incredible.
I'm definitely gonna always be so grateful and thankful to Guitar Center just for giving me the opportunity to be a part of something just so great.
I think that people have to seize every opportunity that comes along. Lanita, I'm sure, sat there and figured she didn't have a chance in the world, you know, with all these entries coming in from all over the world, you know, 16,000 of them. I mean, the odds weren't in her favor, but she had this thing that struck a nerve with me and struck a nerve with other people. And here she is. So you got to try everything. Try every single thing that comes along. But Guitar Center Singer-Songwriter is a good place to start.